pusieron unos tremendos turnos al bate y contento por la victoria.
Yeah, we know what they're capable of doing. Obviously, as starters, we want to go as deep and far as we can, but sometimes we can't make it to those late innings. But we have all the confidence in the world in the bullpen and the guys back there, not just me, but everybody on the starting rotation. And our offense, got to give a lot of credit to our offense today. They did a good job battling, getting those runs early, and put us in a good spot to win.
Anything else with Julio? We'll go right here in the front.
Julio, everybody, all your teammates talk about the moment is never too big for you. What does it feel like out there on the mound for a playoff game? Does it feel different for you out there?
Tus compañeros hablan que el momento no es muy grande para ti. ¿Se siente diferente cuando estás jugando en los playoffs contra el tiempo regular?
No, obviamente se siente diferente porque tenemos todo el apoyo de la gente y todas esas buenas vibras, ¿no? Siento que es la diferencia y obviamente se siente como la postemporada, que siento que hay que estar ahí para poder vivirlo de esa manera. Entonces me siento afortunado obviamente de estar con este equipo, de estar con toda esta tremenda afición que desde el que salí, la verdad, a calentar, me apoyaron al máximo. Entonces siento que fue parte de una gran noche.
Yeah, it's just different. The intensity, the roar from the fans, the excitement from the fans, you feed off that energy, all those positive vibes. Even when I went out to stretch out, you can hear them chanting. You just feel that, you take that energy and you do the best you can with it.
Go to the back row.
Hey, Julio. You pitched 5 innings. Did you still have more if you want to go?
¿Y ya te encontrabas, pensabas que podías ir más adelante del juego?
Sí, es la postemporada y obviamente la adrenalina, te sientes mucho mejor que toda la temporada. Entonces yo siento que sí teníamos, la verdad teníamos, pero como siempre lo he dicho, no respeto las decisiones del manager, por algo hacen lo que hacen y contento, como lo digo, ganamos el juego, que es lo que importa. Ya el trabajo que uno hizo, que los demás compañeros no hicieron, siento que fue parte para la victoria, pero la victoria es lo importante.
Yeah, it's the postseason. You feel that rush, you feel that adrenaline going through your veins, and you want to go out there and pitch as long as you can. But like I said, I always respect the decisions that they make, and that was my time to go and do the best you can. But at the end of the day, all we wanted to do was win, and that's what we did.
Take our last question here in the back.
Julio, vimos tu reacción después de que había salido y cuando Phillips los logra mantener a raya. Descríbenos qué sentías en ese momento.
No, la verdad que lo vuelvo a repetir, la postemporada y siento que cada picheo, cada lanzamiento, cada turno importa y obviamente fue un inning increíble lo que él hizo, la defensiva también, obviamente hay que darle el crédito que se merecen y fue parte de esa emoción, ¿no? Sabemos que picheo a picheo se vive de esa forma, entonces contento de que él haya podido hacer el trabajo.
Sorry, one more question. Go ahead, sir.
Julio, el hecho de que haya salido bien esta noche y qué te deja del apoyo de la gente, sobre todo cuando saliste a calentar.
No, como lo dije ahorita, siento que obviamente he estado en estas posiciones antes, no me ha tocado lanzar series mundiales aquí en este estadio, pero obviamente veníamos con esa se podría decir espinita clavada, ¿no? Que lo que pasó el año pasado, pero a pesar de eso siguen estando ahí, nos siguen dando ese 100% de apoyo, entonces nos tenemos que dar el 100% nosotros para atrás para que se vayan contentos a sus casas y eso es lo importante de esta noche, que se pueden ir contentos y mañana igual a recibir todo el apoyo de ellos y a dar el 100% de nosotros.
Thanks, guys.
Before the game, when we talked, you said that you felt refreshed, and it certainly looked that way. So did that break really energize you after all?
I don't know. I guess, I feel good. I feel like this year my body's felt, as good as it has in a long time. Last few years and years past, you play banged up, but this year's been pretty good. So I felt pretty good body-wise, but yeah, having a few days off, I think, like I told you, mentally and physically just helps a little bit and help you hit the reset button real quick and then get right back to it. So yeah, I feel good.
The double play in the 6th, started by Gavin Lux. He was shaded up the middle. How difficult a play was that?
Yeah, it's a tough one. He's got to kind of make that 360, and I'm coming out across the bag, so he's got to make a good throw to me as well. And a lot of has to go right to make that play. But he's a good infielder. He puts his work in every day early, and he's athletic enough to make those plays too. So it was a good play by him, and we got the job done.
Go to the back left corner.
Hey, Trey, I know you were making a lot of adjustments with your swing late in the year. Do you feel like something clicked at all for you with that last game of the regular season?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was timing and being able to, I thought I was on time and I wasn't. And then when I'm late, I try to make up for it, and a lot of bad habits and just being earlier and on time cleans up a lot of things. So just keep talking it over with, the hitting coaches and some of my teammates and whatnot. And I think it just kind of comes down to timing. And that's kind of the small adjustment I've made, his last 6 at-bats or so, along with some other things. But I think it's mostly just being on time for 95 plus and adjusting to everything else.
Go to the second row here on the left.
Alex, obviously a big outing for you tonight out of the bullpen. Just what was working for you out there?
Felt like I was able to get ahead. I think that was the biggest key, making sure that got ahead with the fastball and then, put them away with either slider or, I used my changeup once or twice tonight. So, yeah, just getting ahead.
You were a 17th round pick out of a Division II, traded by one of the worst teams in baseball. For you to be here in a moment like this now, what does it mean to you?
Chips on my shoulder all the time. I feel like I carry that in my heart pretty much every day. And my college coach had told me, he said, "You're not going to make your money, in the draft." He's like, "You're going to make it in the big league." So it's always been pretty heavy on my heart.
Go to the back row on the right side.
Trey, what enabled both you and the team as a whole to get to Clevenger today?
Just doing what we do. We, get into good counts, battle, take our walks if he gives it to us, and hit the ball hard when, we get a good pitch to hit. So, we've seen a lot of them lately, especially in the last month or so of the season. So, kind of knew what to expect. Still have to execute and still have to get the results. But I think we just were ourselves and didn't give anything away.
And did you feel going in that there was any kind of advantage to getting to face the number 4 guy in their rotation going up against your ace?
No, I think that's the wrong way to think about it. I think all of us as a whole don't take anybody lightly. We know that on any given day somebody can throw a good game against us or beat us in general. So I don't think we think that way. I think he's a pretty good pitcher. I think we respect him in the clubhouse. I know what the numbers are, but that doesn't mean anything really when it comes to postseason or to that given day. So that was in the past, and we wanted to execute and kind of get to him again, and we did.
Go to the back left corner.
Hey, for Trey, this is a 5 games, not 7. How crucial is it? How critical to get the first one in a short series?
Yeah, everyone wants to talk about that all the time. The odds if you win this game or lose this game or, whatever it is. But, at the end of the day, you just got to win whatever's in front of you. And tonight we did. Tomorrow's got a whole nother challenge, and they're not going to give up. You saw tonight they battled back and had some good at-bats and pitched well late in the game too. So it's not going to be easy, but it's good to get the first one, and we'll find out tomorrow.
Go on the right side here.
Straight, how weird did the weather get, and how strong was that wind, and at what point did it change?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think the one ball to Trace in left field, I think Manny hit, was kind of wild, and it kind of came quick, and then it kind of settled down a little bit in the 9th inning too. So that's something you got to look out for. It was definitely different. We haven't really had that all year, but I think last year in the postseason against the Giants, we had one of those games where it was crazy windy and it was kind of weird. So. Can never count anything out, I guess.
Go to the front left.
Hey, Trey, you guys don't take anything for granted, no matter how far you're ahead. But what did it do for the attitude in the dugout when Clevenger left in the 3rd?
Yeah, we want to get to the bullpen as much as we can and just kind of see those arms and make them throw as many pitches as possible. So I think, that was a job well done. But like I said, they started executing when they brought those arms in. Wilson, Johnson, and some of those guys made some good pitches. So we got to keep battling and keep, the foot on the gas and don't give anything away. I don't think we necessarily did. I think we did a good job, taking our bats and grinding them out. But that's why every run counts, because you don't know what's going to happen later in the game. You don't know how it's going to go. So keep pushing and don't give anything away.
We'll take a last question for Trey and then a few more for Alex.
Trey, were you able to talk to Juan Soto at all before the game? Last year he was here cheering you on. I know you guys are playing against each other along with Bill.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him much. Just right before the game, said what's up to him real quick, and he said good luck. I said the same, and just kind of mutual respect that we have for each other. And we're boys, but I know he wants to beat us, and as do I want to beat them. So nothing crazy. I'll probably talk to him after the series over and. In the offseason, maybe a little bit more.
Thanks, Trey. Anything else for Alex? We'll go to the back row.
Alex, what was your rooting interest as a kid, and do you have any diehard Padre fans in your family?
Say that one more time, the first part.
What was your rooting interest growing up?
My dad's actually, he's a Yankee fan. So that's a whole different conversation. But obviously being from San Diego, I understand, the question. And I got a lot of friends and stuff that they're not too happy with me, but I think it's all right. I think they understand. And yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun.
Anything else for Alex? Take our last question up front.
Alex, when you talk about fitting into this team, what is it about this clubhouse that players like you and other players, even like Trace that came in, why do you fit so well in that clubhouse, do you think?
I think the biggest thing is to be yourself, and that we embrace that around here. I mean, we have a bunch of different characters on the team, and I think that nothing that you do, right, is ever frowned upon, that we take our work seriously. And, there's a lot of very, very good guys to, bounce ideas off of and learn from. And I feel like I did that pretty well last year, and then I've just built on it this year more and more.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, guys.
Dave, congratulations on the win. Phillips and Vesia, two low-cost pickups have been so huge for you all year. Tonight they come in, kind of staff with the rally. What do you make of where they've come from and what they've become for you?
Very impactful players for our ball club, for our bullpen. It's just a credit to the organization, finding these guys. I think Evan from Tampa and Alex from Miami, and they've just come in and continue to grow, get better. And, I wish I could say I would have seen the leverage that they'd be pitching in a couple years removed, but a lot of people get a lot of credit, but those two guys most importantly. And tonight, Alex doing an up-down, Evan, finding a way to navigate that inning. And Evan's been huge for us all year. So very dependable guys.
Go to Jorge on the right.
Dave, what did you think of Julio tonight?
Julio was good. I thought he was good. That fifth inning, I just think that, Myers hit a good breaking ball down below, put a really good swing on it. Then they just did a nice job building an inning right there. I thought during that inning, I don't recall how many pitches he threw. I just thought that the breaking ball just started not to be as sharp. The life to the fastball, even the profar, the last ball that he flew out, just didn't have the life to it. So I felt that, he did his job for the night, but to give us 5 innings, 3 runs, got the win. Really nice job.
I know we talked about, how you guys are going to piece together, the late innings without a standard closer, I guess. Just tonight, how did that come together, going with Phillips and Vesia and, down the line?
It just, just looking at the lineup and knowing who we have available, just kind of trying to piece together lanes for our guys. And, right there with, I could have sent Julio back out there to take down Soto, but I just felt that with Soto, the handedness doesn't matter as much, and he squared the ball up the at-bat prior, so I wanted to give Evan a clean inning, and I liked that run right there, and I liked the run for Alex and for Phillips, and then also, Gratterall coming in there just to get the out. I just felt that was good against Machado, and Martin did a really nice job right there.
Go to the back left.
Yeah, Dave, I think it was something that Max said that some of the teams around the league have that had layoffs, that had slow starts to some of these DSs. How important was it for you guys to sort of have that first inning like you did against Clevenger?
Really good. I thought our plan against Clevenger was really good. Hunting balls in the strike zone. I thought Trey did a fantastic job tonight of not chasing and getting him in the strike zone. And, when he got him in the strike zone, he put some really good swings together. I thought Will Smith did a really nice job tonight. And I thought Max took great at-bats. And so I thought we had a great plan versus Clev. And got to the pen early, which is great. You could see that they spun us a lot more once we got to the pen, and I think we might have had 1 or 2 base runners after that. So we've got to be prepared for you tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of spin, and we got our work cut out tomorrow.
Stay on the left side in the back row here.
Could we see a completely different order of relievers depending on when the what the match, what the lineup dictates, or was there something about like when you deployed the guys, like specifically with Chris in the 9th inning? Did you like that?
I loved it, but we certainly could see something completely different tomorrow. And I don't want to show my hand too much, but it's just kind of the luxury or the latitude, that we have with our guys, willing to pitch in any inning, any leverage.
Go to the second row here.
Dave, I'm wondering if there's anything that stood out to you about just the camaraderie of this year's bullpen group, or maybe how they've made each other better, like the way you've approached your pitching this offseason, that there's no one guy that stands out above the others. And I'm wondering if maybe they've come together.
They have come together. They've come together really as a really good, solid group. And I think Josh Bard, our bullpen coach, deserves a lot of credit, challenging these guys for accountability and being unselfish. And being open to whatever, I ask of them. And so that's kind of really showed itself. And those guys pull for each other, and it's as good a group in the pen that I've seen, that we've had.
Go to the back right.
Hey, Dave. We're obviously asking a lot about the sort of variability and flexibility of how you use your bullpen. Is there something you do holistically to make sure everyone is prepared for that level of uncertainty, or is it just dependent on the group of guys? Like, can you create that kind of flexible culture in a bullpen?
I think we have created it. It's taken time. Even getting a guy like Chris Martin here in the middle of the season and not having a defined role for him, that's different. And this is a guy that's been around for quite some time. And even having Craig Kimbrell go to a reliever versus being a closer, having certain guys close and other guys might pitch in the 5th inning, that same guy might pitch in the 5th. So I think it's just the kind of the approach, the mindset of just being a good teammate.
Like, when you get like a guy like Chris Martin here, how do you introduce that idea to him, or sort of coach him up to be ready for the way?
I think it's just kind of the full disclosure, the transparent, honest conversation, saying this is what our expectations of you, and you get left right out. We believe in you. You don't walk guys, and we'll give you a heads up, but I could use you as early as the 5th, and I can see you finishing games. And so if we do an up down, we're going to take care of your workload, and we've held true to that. And I think that players, you kind of lay it out, give them expectations, but the main thing is to follow through, and I think we've done a good job with that.
We'll take our last question here in the back row.
That grounder, Myers hit in the 6th, did you think they were going to turn 2 on that?
No, I thought it was almost past Gavin. Will did a really nice job of staying inside that baseball, but Gavin got a good jump on it, didn't panic, made a nice feed to Trey, and Will's a good runner. That was, for me, that was the play of the game. That was Evan's last hitter. They were stressed that inning, and so to be able to get out of that inning, to not have Alex come into the game, to do an up down, another up down, it was just kind of allowed us to kind of line up the pitching right there. So play of the game for me.
We'll take our final question from Kirsten. Go ahead.
Sorry, Dave. When it comes to just Gavin Lux, even Trey Turner, with how they kind of closed out the regular season, trying to find their swing, certain things at the plate, how important is it and how big is it for them to kind of come in, have big swings like today, and kind of set the tone for themselves here in the postseason?
It's great. For us to have a game where Mookie, Freddie, and Justin don't do anything offensively, and to win a ball game is a good thing. And now it speaks to Trey having just really good at bats tonight, and he's been searching. He's been searching the last few weeks, and that last day of the season I thought was a really good day for him. But to kind of fine tune some things, certainly results matter, and so to kind of hit some barrels, swing at strikes, take balls, certainly it's going to carry over. Our expectation is it will. And Gavin, I trust him. He looks over the baseball really well, identifies strike and ball, and so for him to get a big hit early, I think that's something that, for a younger player, that momentum, is a good thing.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, guys.